मौज में रहो, be happy. Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Who asked you live at zero complaint level? मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. We are all lost in small little things, not something great. We are not miserable because we could not become the President of America. We are miserable, I didn't get a cup of tea in the morning. See? We are never miserable for something great. There was one great saint, Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. He used to roll on the floor. Today, oh mother, I could not talk to you. You didn't talk to me. See? Something higher. See, friends, about this I'll tell you one of my experience in Ahmedabad. This I explained in some of my talks. There was one boy, young boy, must be in his mid-20s. He came after my lecture and started in a very arrogant way. What is wrong if I run after girls? I said, nothing wrong, run, that is your age. If you want, I can join you, I am free. Company? No, you don't understand. I said, why? What is there to understand? This is your age, you must run after girls. Then he got frustrated. He expected that I will tell him, no beta, you should not run after girls, you should run after buffaloes. So he got confused. Then I told him, I said, look here, this is not your question. Your question is something different. And you do not know what is your problem. See? Your problem is, when you are studying, your mind doesn't cooperate with you. When you want to study, your mind goes to cricket match. When you are watching the cricket match, then you are thinking about going to somebody's house, appointment you have given. When you go there, then you remember you have not studied. In short, we are all expert in wherever we are, whenever we are, whatever we are never there. That is your problem. Yes, Swamiji, this is my problem. See, why we are not able to understand this problem? Because we know only one thing about the mind. We complain. The day you stop complaining in your life, you have done a great favor to yourself. No complaints. See? A person who complains, he considers others are responsible for his miseries. The one who is hiding behind him, ask him to sit this side. Sit in the front seat. Now you are hiding. I am a very bad teacher. I will neither allow you to sleep nor to watch the phone. See. So, I told him, this is your problem. Your mind is not available to you. Now, solution. So, unless the diagnosis is correct, medicine cannot be prescribed. See? So, diagnosis has to be correct. So, your diagnosis is not running after girl is good or bad. That is not the disease. The disease is your mind is not available to you whenever you want. That is the problem. Then I said, now think on this problem, how it can be sorted out. Then I told him, have you seen, sometime you must have seen, the ladies who are, rather girls who are born as human beings, but they want to walk like a cat. Where do the girl walk like cat? On the ramp, fashion parade, isn't it? And to go and walk there, you require a qualification. What is the qualification? 36, 24, 36. Our condition is 62, 62, 62. They will use us as a roller. See, friends. Now to go and walk there, that is the goal of their life. And therefore, they do not eat food, they calculate calories, they do exercise. Then only that goal is reached. So when we have higher the goal, lower things automatically drop. See? How simple it is. But this we are not able to recognize. Therefore, what should be the goal of our life? The goal of our life is, let my mind be available to me whenever I want. See? Keep this as a goal. And to keep this as a goal, we must have sufficient information about the functioning of the mind, how the mind functions. See? Without perfect knowledge of anatomy, a surgeon cannot be born. To be a surgeon, you must have digested Gray's anatomy. Then only you can do that. Otherwise you cannot. See, friends, in the same manner, if we want to work on the mind, we must know the functioning of the mind. See? So before we go into the depth, simple thing first of all, where we get lost in this world. We have this notion that social service is spiritual life. See, friends, social service is good, but it is not spiritual life. One example I'll give you. Ganges begin from, today I was talking to Arvind Bhai, in the morning walk, I told him this particular example. When the Ganges begin from Gomukh, the destination she has fixed is Ganga Sagar. That is the destination. She has to reach there. On the way, if some other villages, towns, cities are benefited, it is a byproduct. Ganges are not flowing for helping others. Like cow we have in our house, if we have a cow in our house for milk, not for cow dung. Cow dung is a byproduct. How simple it is. Exactly the same way. Think about, imagine, Ganges have decided to help the world. Instead of pouring all the waters in the ocean, let me stop and let the people on the banks be benefited. Stagnated river becomes a pond, and a stagnant water harbors E. coli. See? It has to move. Our life also. It has to move. You can't hold on to one throughout life. See, friends. And for that, we have to recognize the life is lived by the mind and not by the body. First principle, to work on mind. See? So, our mind will find fulfillment only if it reaches its origin. Like every river finds its fulfillment when the river reaches its origin. What is the origin of every river? The ocean. From ocean, every river is born. All the waters are evaporated, they go up there, drop, and again they go back. Then only there is a fulfillment. Exactly the same way, our mind must come back to the source. See? But what happens? Our mind is lost in the objective pursuit. See? And then that becomes the mainstay of our life. Consciousness is knowledge. Mind is also knowledge. Now, what is the difference between consciousness and mind? Like water is water and the ice is also water. Now, what is the difference? Water is formless, colorless. Ice has a form. In the same manner, if the ice has to be water, what it has to do? Give up obsession of the form. In the same manner, if the mind has to be consciousness, it has to give up the obsession of objectivity. Our whole pursuit is only in objective pursuit. See? Like everywhere I go, the same question comes. Swamiji, where do you stay? So I tell, today I am staying here. This is my house, and in my house, Dr. Bhagwan and his family are staying. I have no doubt about it. They may have. I have no doubt about it. And the joy is, I don't have to pay taxes. I don't have to pay any bills. But I enjoy the best. See, friends, but we keep on holding on to the things. Whenever undue importance is given to the things to possess and to the beings through relations, we are buried under our own burden of possessiveness. And we all become tired of this possessiveness. And therefore, we want to sleep. Now, again, analyze sleep. Now, what is sleep? How we go to sleep? Don't demonstrate. How we go to sleep? We start giving up everything. We give up our position, our achievements, our failures, our friends, our relations. Everything is given up. Ultimately, we come back to our house. House is also given up. We go to our bedroom. That is also given up. We go below the quilt. And then the last Maha Mantra that we chant in our mind, I want to sleep, I want to sleep, I want to sleep. So like in dosha, first we are flat, even then the sleep is not coming. So we are struggling to go to sleep. Then we turn on the left side. Like a dosha, they give you the palti. Like that. And even then, the sleep doesn't come. Then again we try the other way. Again the sleep doesn't come. Then we do the bhujangasana. And then krrr, krrr. What we have achieved when we go to sleep. On the contrary, we have rejected everything, is it not? So, no possessions and no personality. Not only that, no time, no space, no object. In deep sleep, where are we? In deep sleep, when are we? In deep sleep, what are we? Everything disappears. But we are still there. And therefore, when we unburden everything, has anybody ever said, I slept for 8 hours, I am damn tired, yaar? No. Where from we get charge? Only because we had unburdened. And the burden was forced upon us by our wrong notions. See? If we have, let us take a phone or a laptop, and there is sufficient space in that, 512 MB, so much of space. Keep on taking pictures. One day, the space is filled. But we have never learned how to delete. See? And then one lady came and asked me, Swamiji, I want to take a selfie with you. I said, you cannot take. No, I want to take. I said, try. And she could not because a message came. No space. Exactly this is what happens. Our mind is filled with so much of things. There is no space to receive knowledge and wisdom. Then what is to be done? Empty. So when we have got more data on our SD card or phone, does it become heavy? And when we delete all that, does it become light? So what is that megapixel? What is the pixel? Pixel is electromagnetic phenomena, is it not? We are all electromagnetic phenomena. What is the memory? Does the memory increase our weight? No, because it is not a stuff. It is not an object. Then what is the burden on our mind? The burden is this undeleted, unwanted data. So we have to delete that. And how can we delete it? It's a very simple thing. Yesterday, probably I told you, I don't remember. Delete your total past. This Mahamantra, wherever I have gone, I have given, and I am so proud to tell you, nobody listens to me. They continue again, same thing. Vai tamaku chuna. Our lifestyle of getting frustrated because of our past memories, wrong notion, and enjoying that disgusting life is like the joy of scratching the eczema. The one who scratches the eczema, he doesn't suffer, he enjoys. Others suffer. Yaar, stop it, it's bleeding. Oh. The eczema of our mind is this. All the time going in the past and making a memory out of, making a personality out of it. See? This personality is a electromagnetic phenomena. If you can catch this point, my friends, you're all educated. It's very simple. Now, what it is? One example. This is just example. When I was all alone, I was happy. But then I was fed up of being happy, so I got married. I have heard from some of you that there are only two types of people, those who are happy and those who are married. So, majority are in the married, so I thought, let me be also married. I got married. Then out of a man, a husband was born. See? And his husband was blocking all the space. See? Earlier, when I used to go in a shopping mall, I used to think about new belt, new shoes, new shirt, new pant, and Bermuda, and those torn clothes, all kind of dirty things, because I was alone. After I got married, I have not purchased even one sock spare. Everything for that Mahamaya. See? And then one day I realized the problem of my life is my wife. See? This is English language, what can I do? Do you know, in English, it's a very funniest language. Many letters are silent. Psychology. P, silent. Talk, T-A-L-K. L, silent. Knife, K-N-I-F-E. K, silent. Wife, husband, silent. Isn't it? How simple it is. Relax, relax, relax. I am not telling you as if you are going to go to some heaven. No, no, no. Wherever you are, that is heaven. Don't think in terms of changing the places and all that. Change your notion about life. See, we are all leading a notional life. And therefore, I had this notion that I am miserable because of my wife. So, what I did, I want to delete this husband. So, I divorced. Now, when I divorced, what is lost out of me? But now we are staying as living in partners, but no more husband. They do like that. Now see what is happening. Recognize this. Earlier the notion was, I am husband. Now the notion is, I am not husband. What is husband there for? Husband is an electromagnetic effect. See? So when I divorced, has my weight gone down? Think, my friends, think. We all suffer as somebody. Find out, is that somebody real? Upanishad tells, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Tatra mata amata bhavati, Tatra pita apita bhavati. In deep sleep, the mother is no more a mother, the father is no more a father. Otherwise, that husband who cannot dare look at his wife, how can he snore so loudly in deep sleep next to her? Not afraid anymore, because no more husband. Where from the courage comes? Temporarily, that electromagnetic field is deleted. See, friends, this is all happening on where? In the software. Hardware is not carrying any burden. All the problems are in the software. Learn this. And once we come to discover this, the cause of disturbance is not outside. Cause of disturbance is our own mind. But instead of working on the mind, we have been only working by the mind. Like we work on the body and we work by the body, is it not? When we go to work and earn our bread and butter, that is working by the body. But when we do exercise, do yoga, that is working on the body. In the morning we go for a run, to reach nowhere, come back again. But why we do that? Because we are working on the body. Exactly the same way, we have to learn to work on the mind. See, one psychiatrist lady in USA, after my lecture was over, she said, Swamiji, you are doing the same thing what we do. I said, what you are doing? I am a psychiatrist and I said, there is a lot of difference. What is the difference? You make the patient talk, you don't listen, and yet you get the payment. Here, I talk, nobody listens and I get nothing. Both of us are working on the mind. See, friends, therefore we have to learn how to work on the mind, enough of working by the mind. See, now how do we work on the mind? Be very attentive. Mind has two aspects. One aspect is perception, second aspect is projection. See, I look at this boy, perception, no problem. Then projection. He is good, he is bad, he is nice, he is not nice. And then I develop a digital hologram in my mind about that child. And then with whom I am dealing? I am not dealing with the actual child, but the image that I have formed in my mind, I am dealing with that imaginary child. See, one example I will tell you. This happened in Pune many years before. I was to go for a lecture. On the way, one old Dadima, she told Swamiji, you have to come to our house for a cup of tea before you go for lecture because all other timings are booked. This is the only way you can come. I said, okay. So we went little early and went to our house. So after I went to their house, then sitting, and I was waiting for tea. Then Dadima, she has to glorify her child. So she says, Swamiji, my grandchild is chanting everything perfectly well. I said, okay, what about tea? No, first listen to what he chants 15th chapter of Gita very well. I said, very good. Then the child said, Swamiji, may I get my friend? I said, okay, no problem. So he ran, went to the next house, got his friend. Now two of us will chant. I said, all right. And stood properly and started chanting. The friend chanted 15th chapter of Gita so perfect, not a single mistake, not like the children do. No, nothing like that. Very calm, quiet, perfectly chanted. And after all that was over, naturally, for me, both are children. So the child which chanted the best, I hugged him, kissed him. I said, hey, wonderful. The moment I said this thing, Dadima was on fire. She pulled that child from my hand and told, go to your house, your people are waiting, go. And physically that child was pushed out. Then I realized it was my mistake. I had to take a cup of tea. So immediately I took her. I said, hey, you are doing better than your friend. You are so genius. You are so great. I will give you something. And I gave a chocolate to him. Then I got a cup of tea. Now tell me, for me, a third person, both are children. But for a relation, it is mine and it is not mine. Tulsidas ji says in Ramcharitmanas, Mai aru mor tor tay maya. I and mine, you and your, is the samsar created by the mind. So, first aspect of the mind is perception. Second aspect is projection. See, one boy, frustrated, good for nothing, went to a temple, rang the bell, stood before God, and that very time, very moment, another girl came, equally useless. She came, she also stood in front of God and doing prayer. And it so happened that his hanky fell down from his hand or pocket. So that girl said, excuse me, is it your handkerchief? Yes. Thank you. Now his mind started projecting. I have come here before God. She has also come before God. There must be a message from God for this. And then a confirmation, when my hanky fell down, why the hanky has to fall down? It is God's design. And therefore, she found some excuse to talk to me and gave me. Do you think he will go quiet back home? Now constantly thinking about her, thinking about her. Then it gathers such a momentum. Tu kaha, main kaha. See, my friend, mind makes a fool of us. We are all miserable, 100%, only because of our mind, because we do not know how to mind our mind. So we recognize these two aspects of the mind, perception followed by projection. If we suspend projection, only perception, samsara is not born. Samsara is our creation. It is not God's creation. A lady is created by God. Isha Karya, created by God. Out of that one lady, a daughter is created by the father. A wife is created by the husband. A mother is created by the son. And who is miserable and creating problem? The daughter. Not getting married, Swamiji. What should I do? I'll get married. No, not like that. See? The wife creates problem. See? And the son creates problem. See, friends. So there are two creations. One is God's creation. No problem. Are the five elements a problem? Our sense organs, our organs of action, they are not problems. They are asset. But our mind creates another world in God's creation. And another world is created by this uncontrolled projection habit of the mind. We have never disciplined our mind. We have got opinion, advice, suggestions, evaluation on every perception. Stop that and see the joy. Just imagine, for the sake of understanding, we stand in front of the mirror. Our reflection is in the mirror. And the reflection starts telling us, hey, get away. What will be that experience? But it doesn't happen. Why? Because mirror reflects everything that comes in front, rejects nothing, comments on nothing, and retains nothing. Therefore, mirror does not have a personality. When a holy man stands in front of the mirror is not happy and glorified. And when a criminal stands in front of the mirror doesn't feel disgusted. Because the rule is, illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. This is our essential nature. Just come to know that, that's it. We don't have to do anything. See, I see green color with my eyes, see red color, yellow color. Are my eyes influenced by the colors? Rule is, the illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. See, friends, this we have to recognize. In short, we are not attached to anything in this world. Attachment is an illusion. We are not attached to anything. This illusory attachment makes us miserable. See, it happens in old couples. One of them have to die one day or the other. The smart one goes first. The dumb one remains behind to suffer. There is one couple, old couple in Bombay. They are a very good friend of mine. Very, very nice. A rare couple, highly educated, retired. Both of them must be more than 85, 88, like that, reaching 90. And they told me, Swamiji, do you know what we pray to the Lord? I said, I don't know. I will tell you. I said, tell. Husband says, I pray to the Lord, oh Lord, my wife should die before me. And the wife says, oh Lord, my husband should die before me. What do you think? I said, you are the wisest and pure love for each other. Well, how do you say like that? I said, you know what is your thought? I know if I die early, my wife will not be able to maintain herself properly. She will become more miserable. Nobody will be looking after her. Therefore, if she dies early, I will take care of everything and I will manage myself. Love. It is not that you should die early. No. How you take life. See, friends. So, in one such old couple, one died. Now, when the man died, being smart, then the old lady, what she will do? They will keep on crying, standard dialogue. Observe this, when somebody dies, there is not a single word mentioned about the dead person. Everything is said, now what will happen to me? Who will look after me? Tum maro, kya farak padta hai? See, how simple it is. The more we understand this, I can't live without him, I can't live without him. Oh God, he should have taken me away along with him. Now how will I live? Who will look after me? And finally, that drama is over. And then 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years. And the children say, Mama, you told that time you were going earlier, but what happened? Change the program. Nobody is attached to anybody in this world. Recognize this principle. Because attachment is an illusion. Like vision is not attached to any color, mind is not attached to any thought. Attachment is an illusion. Therefore, good thoughts also supported by the mind, bad thoughts also supported by the mind. Noble, ignoble, holy, divine, or devilish. Everything is supported by the mind. Go further. Are we not supporting the waking experience, the dream experience, the deep sleep experience, and the samadhi experience? We are not against anything. Waking comes and goes, who cares? Dream comes and goes, who cares? Deep sleep comes and goes, no problem. Samadhi lagi, nahi lagi, kya farak padta hai? Waking and dream, these are the experiences which are in the form of something is existing. Deep sleep and samadhi are the experiences where nothing is existing. So we are supporting both existence of waking and dream and non-existence of deep sleep and samadhi. Therefore, who we are? We are beyond existence and non-existence. Is it not our experience? Do we ever have the experience that I am not? One can never experience one's absence. If there is no possibility of experiencing one's absence, is it necessary to tell that I am? This truth, which is beyond presence and absence, but supporting all the presence and absence. Joy supported by me. Absence of joy, misery supported by me. So who am I? Supporting both. Not getting influenced by anything. Getting influenced by anything is an illusion. But when we take the illusions as real, we suffer. See? The only way to get out of the illusions is to know the illusion as an illusion. This example I have quoted number of times, common day-to-day example. We stand in front of mirror. Have we ever thought that the reflection in the mirror is me? No. I know I am different from the mirror. And what is the reflection? Reflection is an appearance, it doesn't exist. And therefore, when we take the toothpaste and toothbrush, show our teeth, and we don't apply there, we apply here. See? Because we know it is an illusion. It appears but doesn't exist. But you take the example of a bird. You must have seen in your house sometime. The bird comes and sits in front of the mirror and they start speaking. Somebody is there. And wants to fight with it. And goes behind the mirror. Oh, I think he has run away. Let me check again. Again he is there. No, what is to be done? So I have to do sadhana. Then do samaj seva. Do charity. And then that reflection is not going, oh God, what should I do? Okay, let me do exercise. See? Lift the weight to put it down. Lift the weight to put it down. Oh, still it is not going. Let me do the yoga. See? Asana, pranayam. And yet the reflection is not going. Oh God, let me dust it out. It is not going. Let me wash it. It's not going. See? In the same manner, we are trying to improve this illusory world. Illusions are those which are useful, but they are not real. The longitudes and latitudes on the globe, are they real? Has anybody gone with a brush? Where are they? They are imaginary, they are useful. The directions are useful, but they are not real. Real is space. And when we recognize something as an appearance and illusion, what is the net effect? Net effect is we do not desire to possess anything. Like when we see the mirage waters, we don't say, hey, let me collect a sample and see whether it is potable or not. No, it's illusion. When we see the rainbow, we don't desire, let me take a piece of it and give it to my wife. No. Because once we recognize something as an illusion, you will not struggle to possess it or to improve it. We don't have to improve God's creation. It's beautiful. What we have to improve is our mind. Because whatever is the mind, so is the world. And therefore, all the spiritual practice is working on the mind. All other external things are good. Like when we are teaching the children. So when they are counting, they have got, those rods. In that there are some balls movable, and then they play 1, 2, 3. These are all required. We don't condemn that. But whole life we cannot carry with it. Can I ask this child after 40 years, hey, what are you doing? If he says, Swamiji, I am in KG2. How many lives, how many years we want to continue to be in KG1, KG2? We have to grow. See, friends. And what is the growth? Start working on mind. The day we take this clear understanding, all problems begin from wrong notions. Wrong notions about ourselves, number 1. Wrong notion about the world, number 2. Wrong notion about God, number 3. And wrong notion about the spiritual practice, number 4. These wrong notions need to be corrected. We are all leading a notional life. See? Like, when I travel here and there, sometimes, you are sitting and you get food in the flight, and then you are maybe vegetarian, but next to you is non-vegetarian. So turn your face. No. He has got his right to eat whatever he likes. Who are you to judge? See? But then we have this notion, vegetarians are superior than the non-vegetarians. And there is another brand these days. The brand is, I am vegan. You have to stay with a style. You can't just say like that. See? And then with that notion we start living. That vegetarian is superior. See? Therefore, friends, when we understand our wrong notions must be corrected without creating new notions. Most of the time, what we do, we replace the notions. Earlier, I used to wake up very late, 10 o'clock. But since I started yoga, I get up morning, 5 o'clock, and again go to sleep. Notion. See? Earlier, I used to eat non-vegetarian every day, but now I eat only alternate days. Friends, this I factor has to be deleted. This I is a notional I, not the real I. See? And the day we understand this principle, that our wrong notion is the cause of all the miseries in life. We all are carrying the burden of these notions. About this I tell you how the notions are developed. Right from childhood, children are told something and they hold on to that. This happened in India, Kerala. There was one small boy. I still remember his name. His name was Dheeraj. And I asked him, I was in a Gujarati house, although I was in Kerala. I said, hey Gujju, what's your name? I am not a Gujju. Then what are you? I am Lohana Kachi. I said, do you know how to tie the Kachi? Kachi means underwear. No, I don't know. Mummy does it for me. Very good. What is Lohana? I don't know. But what are you? Lohana Kachi. Now that Lohana Kachi has gone so deep in our head that it is impossible to remove it. The same thing. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Gujarati, Bengali, Tamilian. It has gone so deep in our system. And this is our notional existence. And as a result, under these notions, the reality is hidden. Then we try to prove our notion is superior than your notion. Friends, these notions are creating all the problems in life. Then what is to be done? May sevaka sacharachara rupa swami bhagavanta. Never have compassion or pity on anybody. When you have compassion and pity on anybody, you have already degraded him. Unfortunate person, he doesn't get anything to eat. Let me give him the leftover sandwich. Okay, eat it. No. May sevaka. When we serve somebody, we recognize something great in him or her. We don't have pity on our parents. We serve them because we have seen something great in them, is it not? Therefore this compassion and all this rubbish. Don't get carried away by those words. Compassion, pity, no. It is negative thing. If you have to, serve. Whichever way you can. If you cannot serve, never mind. But don't spoil the mind by having pity and compassion. No. See? And the day we recognize greatness in anything or anybody, we are benefited. See? When we come and do namaskar here before Bhagwan, do you think Bhagwan is benefited? We are benefited. See? When we light the lamp before the Lord, is he in darkness? He is the very light of the whole world. We are benefited. When we are chanting the Lord's name, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, does he want? On the contrary, we make him miserable, constantly going on. See, friends, therefore, the first way to correct the wrong notions, we must have reverential attitude towards everything and being in this world. Whenever we have got respect and reverence for anything or anybody, that anything or anybody is not benefited. The one who has the respect and reverence, he is benefited. See? How important it is. This notion, holier than thou, must be removed. See? First, notional change must come, and for that notional change, we must know the working of the mind. And what we have to know, let the mind stop projections. And how to stop the projection? Dekho suno mat bolo. Projection is only in words. See? Arjuna asked this question, how a wise man responds in this world. Kim prabhasheta? How does he respond in this world? And Bhagavan says, Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. When the miseries come, he goes through the miseries, but does not become miserable. Miseries can be attributed to anything or anybody, but we are all miserable by our choice. If we do not choose, even God cannot make us miserable. See, this is our sadhana. Wrong notions must be corrected. I am very unfortunate. No. Otherwise, we get stagnated in this world. Do whatever you have to do, but protect your mind from yourself. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmanaha. Our mind is our friend and our mind is our enemy. We have to protect ourselves from this mind, the enemy, because of these projections. Now the second notion that we have is about the world. The world is too bad. World is not bad. बुरा जो देखा न मैं चला, बुरा न मिलिया कोई. This world is full of wonderful things. If we are at peace with ourselves, we will be at peace with the whole world. See? Upanishad says, Sarvani bhutani enam samvanchanti. Such a person who is at peace with himself, the whole world is at peace with him. I'll tell you one example, not to tell that I am great, but this example will make it clear. I was going through immigration in England, and after I showed my passport, they have seen my visa stamp and go. Then two immigration officers, Indian origin, ladies, they came. Excuse me, we want to ask you something. I thought they have started my inquiry. Why you have come here? Are you having money problem? And blah, 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 blah. So, I said, yes, what can I do? One lady said, he is a big officer with all the stars. When I saw you in the line, all my tensions has gone. I wanted to thank you. I could not even imagine anybody can tell you like this anywhere in the world. And I was nicely, cheerfully, how going on? Nothing to do, nowhere to go. See? And the other lady said, can you please bless my husband? He has no job for last 2 months. So we are having a lot of trouble. I said, Amma, he will get in 15 days. Over. Unknown. If you are at peace with yourself, the whole world is at peace with you. See, friends, but we are inside, I'll show him, I'll teach him a lesson. He is bad. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Don't be stagnant. Keep on moving. Charai veti, charai veti. Don't hold on to things and beings. See? Destination Ganga Sagar. On the way, if Varanasi and all other places are benefited, byproduct. Hold on to the destination. And destination is be happy. Never justify being miserable. See, whenever we are miserable, we are divorced from divine. So, world is beautiful. That depends how you look at the world. Wrong notion about the world has to be corrected. The third is wrong notion about God. See, there is one lady doctor and she had a very bad incident in LA. The worst place to be is California. She and her husband parked their car. They came from India for some work. Parked their car, went to the shopping mall, came back. Their purse, the briefcase, everything taken along with the passport. So frustrated. What can be done? What can be done? You can lose anything, but if you lose passport, then you are gone. So she said, I was so much crying. Swamiji, please help me. Then she said, I heard as if that you have told us once. 2nd chapter of Gita, 7th verse. What your problem you have got? You sincerely chant this mantra. You will get a solution. And the mantra is Karpanya doshopahata svabhavaha pruchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yasreyasya nishchitam bruhitanme shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. She says, Swamiji, whole night I was chanting that mantra. Because what you told, it cannot be wrong. She was committed to that. And she said, what can never happen has happened. What was that? Next day we got a phone call that your passport is in this police station, please come and collect. The thief who has taken everything, doesn't matter. Passport he deposited in some police station. See friends, God expresses within you. See? Therefore, our Shirdi Sai Baba, Shraddha and Saburi. Our faith is weak and therefore we don't get the result. If you sincerely pray, He will come in any form. See? Therefore, our notion about God is He is not somewhere else, where He is not. Upanishad says, Yamai Vesha Vrunute Tena Labhyaha Tasesha Atma Virunate Tanum Swam. Paramatma manifests. He doesn't come from anywhere, where He is not. And He can manifest in any form. See? The third wrong notion about God has to be corrected. And the fourth, most important, the spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is we must not play with the peace of our mind. Peace of our mind is the highest priority. That because of which our peace of mind is disturbed is not worth entertaining. See, when somebody comes to our place, don't we make the place neat and clean to receive him? Like here I am, my hostess place. Everything is so beautifully done because Swamiji is coming. In the same manner, if the Lord is coming in our heart should be a garbage heap. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, I, you, frustration, anger. No. It should be at peace. Peaceful mind is that where God manifests. See? And therefore, the spiritual practice is work on your mind. So whether you are doing karma or yoga or upasana or study, the impact of all the four must be recorded on the quality of our mind 24/7. Are we at peace with ourselves all the time or not? If our attention is towards that, then we are really walking spiritual path. Or else we do everything, so 5 minutes Ram 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 and thereafter Dhum Dhadaka. No. Be at peace with yourself, you are at peace with the whole world. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।